So right now, it is the end of my junior year, and I will be a senior. And this video will give you a perspective on teachers I've had, what their experiences were like, and I feel like learning another person is an amazing experience. Okay, so this first teacher, what surprised me about her was how easy it was to talk with her. And it saddens me to know that I can't enjoy her my last year.
Hi, my name is Narmeen Hamawandi. I've been a math teacher for 4 years. Right now I'm currently at Southwest High School and this is my first year here. What inspired me to be a teacher was my passion or really wanting to help people, and then my love for math. And it just made sense to me of I really like helping people, I really like math, just become a math teacher. My favorite part about being a teacher is being able to share my love of math for two other students. One of my most memorable moments as a teacher has been this year. For my birthday, I walked into my classroom and a few of my students had decorated the classroom with some posters. They brought me some presents and some balloons, so that was very nice of them. One of the hardest parts for me being a teacher is trying to motivate students. You're always going to have students, I don't think, doesn't matter whatever subject it may be, that just kind of don't really do anything.
Okay, and this teacher, she was quite the delight. You see, she was pregnant when she was my teacher, and I didn't expect to have her, so it all was a really big surprise.
Hi, I am Ms. Nisus. I am a teacher teaching chemistry and APES here at Southwest, and I was inspired to be a teacher because I realized I loved working with students in college. The best part of being a teacher is getting to know your students, watching your students start to connect things to the real world. So it's not necessarily like, oh yay, they understand what a mole is finally. It's a lot more about watching them grow as a person and building those relationships. And I would say that the hardest part of being a teacher is the students that will not let you build that relationship with them. My most memorable memory would be the last graduation that I attended, and that was in Georgia. I was working at a school where my students were dropouts, and working with those students, they appreciated me in a way that I hadn't been appreciated before.
Now, this last teacher really makes me sad because he's not going to be there next year for my senior year. And I really missed out being able to learn more about him before he goes. His name is Mr. Grau, and I feel as though he is the most nonchalant teacher I've ever had.
The thing that really inspired me to become a teacher, it kind of goes to two aspects. The first part is what made me go into teaching, and the second aspect is what made me think about going into teaching. The first part is back in 2008, I was working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. I didn't have much of a social life outside of work. I had been married for about 4 years at that time, and my wife was pregnant. I realized that the field that I was in wasn't going to be good to have a family with. And so I started kind of racking my brain of what to do. Now at the same time, and here's the inspirational part, I was actually a Girl Scout troop leader with my wife. She said, you're great with the Girl Scouts. What about becoming a teacher? And I thought about it and realized, wow, never even considered it. And I realized it was probably the smarter thing to do at that time. And I did it. And honestly, it's been the most rewarding career choice I've ever made. It gives back a lot to the soul, which kind of reminds me of my most memorable moment of teaching. And the reason why those moments are memorable is because here's a situation in which someone might be feeling at their worst, and they can go to anyone in the world to seek help and look for advice, and they end up choosing me. That makes me feel really good as a person. The hardest part, I don't find this job hard. I really don't. And it's not just because the rumors of me being lazy or something like that. And when you're having as much fun as I am in this job, it's not work. And there is no hard part. As for the best part, that's really, really easy to me. And that's my interactions with the students. This job is the best decision I have ever made in becoming a teacher because it makes me feel so much better day in and day out that I'm doing something